Hello! So I'm going to take a look at the Guardian's Quick Cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Saturday the 7th of June 2025, and it's number 62 in their series. And these are the puzzles which are they're quick. They're meant for beginners. They're 11 by 11 grids, so they're a smaller grid, and they only have 4 clue types. Today we've got anagrams, double definitions, acrostics, and insertions. Insertions are where you put something, a letter or an abbreviation, into another word to get to the answer. We like anagrams and acrostics because they have all the letters in the clue already. Double definitions can be a little bit tough. Today's setter is Eccles. I'm not sure I've seen Eccles in the QC slot before, so it could be interesting to see what they've got to do. I'll try and put a link down in the description so that you can have a look at the puzzle yourself if you want, but then please come back and have a look. I will talk through very slowly because this is my just my kind of trying to help out the beginners, help them see what's happening. I think I've waffled enough. I'm going to start looking at clues. Right. By stopping vehicle, I mean vehicle always makes you think car, bus or van as a 3-letter vehicle. Gets luxury food item. Caviar? Yes. Wow. Okay, caviar. There's a bit of a biff on caviar, and we've got a car with via. So if you go if you go by, let's say you go by Worcester to get to Edinburgh, then you go via that, or go via the M1 or whatever. So stopping is saying it's going in the middle of car. It's stopping up. It's bunged in there. Right. So that's one on. That was a bit lucky there, I think, for me. 4 across. Russian leader. So that makes me think there's an R. To support American Republicans at first. Okay, at first is a good acrostic indicator, and we got to support American Republicans. So I've gone at first. So then I've got a couple of words. I've got quite a lot of words there. So I need to start somewhere around here. I began to think about Tsar once I knew I was looking for a Russian leader. I knew I could see TSAR for the Russian leader. So if I get 8 across, up to United Nations to, I can see primarily at the end of this clue, so there's somewhere a until, UNTI for improve, L for leadership, and up to is going until. I'm going to do this I'm going to do this crossword up until I've finished it, up to finishing it, until I've finished it. 9 across, religious, fraternity, to request beer. Ooh, what is that? To request beer. Beer, I normally think of ale, porter, lager. Religious, I'm thinking of abbeys and I don't know. Yeah, we haven't got hiddens. It's too few. It's a 5-letter word, so we can automatically assume there isn't an acrostic there, because if you use all 5 of those words for the acrostic, then it doesn't really leave you a definition. Okay, let's go on to 10, 3 and 5. Animated child. Animated, at this point I'm thinking, maybe we've got an anagram. Child hides. Mischievous graph. That sounds like a bar chart. But animated child hides mischievous. So actually, I'm thinking of this with a much stronger head of thinking, okay, is this saying put an anagram of graph into a word for child to get to animated or something, which is way too complex for the QC. Again, not sure, so let's go on to 13. So that's my first advice to you, is just go through all these clues and have a look at the ones you can get fairly quickly. Drunk, that's a good anagram indicator. Bathes is 6-letter, in is 2. Spirit, so then if that's an anagram of bathes in, which is 8 letters, are we talking about a ghosty spirit, or are we talking about a drinkable spirit, or some kind of other spirit I haven't thought of? And either way, I cannot think what that is. So let's look at 16. Distinctive character of those partying. I keep looking for hidden words, and there are no hidden words today. Distinctive. So we need a definition to cover on the start or end. Distinctive. It's probably distinctive character of those partying. So that's probably a double definition. One word meaning distinctive and another meaning, or distinctive character and those partying. So I'm not sure what that is. Right, on to 17 across. Upper part of house from Greece. Okay, so that's definitely double definition. That's a hard double definition if you haven't done crosswords often, because it's Attic. And I only learned from doing the harder cryptic crosswords that Attic is to do with people from Greece. Wow. Okay, 18 across, 4 letters. Get rid of outhouse. Well, I'm thinking an outhouse is a shed, and if you shed your clothes, you're getting rid of them. So that's a double definition. 19, heads of. Okay, we've probably got an acrostic, so S-E-V-E-R is sever. Savings and cut, sorry, severs, because you've got the savings. So yeah, state, expert, very extreme, radical savings and cuts, and obviously a little kind of dig there at some of the politicians who are very much into making extreme radical savings. Right, so there's the cross clue. It's got a fair scattering on there. Let's have a look at the downs. One down, CU. It's not like counts, I suppose. My bits of bread. Okay, that maybe that's crusts. Now, I don't really understand why that is. I mean, obviously bits of bread are a crust. I think that's meant to be a double definition. And my bits, I'm not sure. I think bits is being, or is it crumbs? Crumbs, maybe, actually. Ah, yes, that's a double definition, crumbs. Okay, so, bits of bread are crumbs, and my, if you say, oh my, cool, crumbs, it's an expression of, oh wow. So yeah, my is crumbs, not crusts. Okay, that's interesting. 2 down, VT, something. Strove has got those letters. To stir is an anagram indicator. Strove is 6 letters. People deciding politicians' fate will be voters, which is definitely an anagram of strove. Okay, this is definitely bar chart, isn't it? Why that's bar chart, I'm not quite sure at the moment, I think. Okay, wow, okay, so what we've got there, bar chart, we've got the animated child, so we've got Bart Simpson, the B-A-R-T, and then we've got Arch, and Arch is mischievous, can be, so it's kind of one of those words that comes up in crossword land occasionally, quite often these days, it seems to. Arch for mischievous or arch for leading, so I always think of the arch enemy of Sherlock Holmes is Dr. Moriarty. Now I always thought that was his leading enemy. It might be slightly mischievous, I'm not sure really, but a graph is definitely a bar chart. So there we are. Gosh, this one, 3 down, all the, I would think that begins, 3 down. Beth and Stella have got those letters in. Fighting could be an anagram indicator, and I would think that's all the best. I'm not going to check that I've got my anagram correct because it fits and it looks about right for Beth. I think it's Beth Stella being anagram. We've got 3, 6, 10 letters. Beth is 4, Stella is 6. Yeah, so it's just those 2 words, Beth Stella, being anagrammed. Fighting is your anagram indicator. Okay, it's looking a bit healthier. Let's have a look at this. 5 down. 1's left and a team. A team is a side, and 1's left, well, your left hand side, you know, on your left, 1's left, my left is my side, I think is how that is explained. 6 down, bloody unusual. Again, we've got a double definition here. If you see 2 word clues, it's almost always a double definition. Bloody unusual. Excuse me, don't know what happened there. My mouse is, just check I'm still showing up on screen correctly. A little bit lower. I can't think what that is. Ruh. Okay, on to 2 and 8. 2 and 8. R's, A's and E's. Harmonise. Unusual decoration. That looks like it's an anagram of, it must be the, if it's an anagram of harmonise, which is 9 letters, 10 letters. Harm. Oh, nice, only 9 letters. Decoration, yeah, decoration actually. I was thinking there's an R, an A and an E, and I couldn't see the E in decoration for some reason. Decoration is 10 letters. Unusual is your anagram indicator. Decoration, I think that's in something. If you harmonise you in, is it in? Okay, I'm going to do the anagrammy thing. Decoration. Or maybe on, in, concert. No, in. There. Not sure. Let's go on. That's what I say. Just keep going through the clues. I haven't gone through them all yet, and I've got a fairly good scattering. 11 down, 6 letters, T and E. University in Virginia. Well, Virginia is a state. University is normally abbreviated to U, so state with a U would make it a statue, which is a work of art. Yep. 12 down. Responds as car set off. Well, I've got a C and an S, 6 letter words. Car and set, got off would probably be an anagram indicator. So if it is an anagram indicator, then car and set would be 6 letters. We've got a C and S, which means you have to have a C and S. Responds would be reacts, I think. 14 down, 4 letters. Starts to, so C-E-S-S. Cess. Is that right? Starts to collect extremely silly sex tax. Tax. Is that a tax? C-E-S-S? Not sure about that. I'm going to take that out to remind myself. I'm not sure. Because it's definitely not a word I've heard. And I think... Let's have a look at this one across. Distinctive character of those partying. Not sure about that. Let's have a look at this last down clue. Woman keeps old, so we won't need a word for a word, which is probably her or she. Keeps old is an O. Item of footwear is a shoe, so S-H-O-E. Okay. Distinctive character of those partying is ethos. Ah, okay, so ethos is an anagram of those, partying is your anagram indicator, and distinctive character is ethos. I mean, the E, if that's cess, which the clue leads me to believe it is, the starting letters too, collect extremely silly sex, and tax is cess. Fits the E and the S, I can't see what else it can be from the clue, so let's look at this one. Yep, that's drunk. Anagram of bathes in, which is absinthe. Ooh, excuse me, absinthe, which is the spirit I needed. This one up here, religious fraternity to request beer. Okay, let's have a look at this decoration. Inordinate or something? Inordinate, does that fit? No, I've got a C to get rid of there. Let's have a look. Decoration. I have to say that anagrams are not my strongest point sometimes. Coordinate. There we are. It's that kind of 2-8. Ordinate. Coordinate is to be in concert, so yeah. That's an order, isn't it? Religious fraternity is an order, so the order of monks. And if you request beer, then you order something, which just leaves this bloody unusual, and that will be rare, because if you order a rare steak, then it means it comes a bit bloody, and something that is unusual is rare. So there we go. All done. I better check it, hadn't I? Okay. Everything's okay. Cess is correct. Not a word I'm familiar with. I'll be interested to see how beginners do on that, because I think there were some unusual words in there. But I don't, and yeah, as you saw, I couldn't spot what was going on with bar chart. I couldn't unravel the anagram for coordinate, but that's probably just on me. And cess I've never heard of, but that was a simple starts to, so that was okay. Can't remember what was the other clue. I found a bit of a surprise. Rare, double definitions are always hard. Crumbs for my, that could be hard to pass for some people, but I think everybody can get to the bits of bread. But like me, they may make that crusts problem. Yeah, attic as well might be a bit difficult. So there we go, all done. Thanks for watching. Hope that's helpful.